your afternoon, ABC Radio Hobart and ABC Northern Tasmania. I'm Helen Shield.
All of us know a lot about perseverance and determination and patience.
And they're going to need every morsel of those three things. Paul Prechad and Vonna Keller are two of the Larapinta Adaptive team. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Ellen.
Hi. You two are media darlings at the moment. But for someone who hasn't heard your plans, Paul, what are you doing?
We're going to walk from Alice Springs, 232 kilometres west over the West MacDonnell Ranges. So it's going to be real desert country.
And just in case that wasn't enough of a challenge, you'll make a film at the same time.
And we're making a film. Yay.
You both have significant experience adventuring. Vonna, do you think Antarctica will have been handy preparation for this?
Not really, but it is an extreme, I guess. But I think we're going to face some extreme heat and long days with, lots of sharp, jagged rocks and mountainous kind of country. So hopefully it'll help me a little bit in my planning.
What did you get up to in Antarctica?
So I was a field guide and field trainer in Antarctica. Yeah, and so I used to take scientists and arts fellows out to their locations where they could do their job.
Paul, what would be one of the biggest adventures you've taken on?
Oh, well, I was at the opposite end of the world when I was going up Mount Asgard, spending 11 days on a wall in a hammock where it never went dark.
Yeah. Oh my! Where you just bolt a hammock into the wall and sleep there up in the sky.
Basically, yeah.
That does sound like helpful preparation. Vonna, what do you think your biggest challenge will be on your Larapinta Adaptive trip?
Oh, I think the biggest challenge will just be just getting things sorted, the weight on our backs, and, dealing with the heat because we live at the southern end of Australia.
Lovely temperate spot.
That's exactly right. And we're used to the humidity, whereas it'll be quite dry, I believe, there, and we'll have to carry lots of water. So
right. How's the practice walking with weight going?
Yeah, great. I'm mostly doing lots of distance running. I did 20 kilometers running up Mount Wellington last week and back down.
All right. Yeah, that sounds like it'll be helpful.
Yeah.
What made you decide to be part of the trip?
Well, I've known Paul for quite some time. We both have been involved in film stuff as judges, and then I went to his first book launch here in Tasmania, which was pretty exciting. We became friends over that time, and now he's inspired me to start writing. So I'm like clunkily trying to write a book as well.
Nice,
yeah.
Paul.
Yeah.
Why have you taken up this new challenge?
Well, I'm as a diversity and inclusion kind of trainer, if you will, with my work with A Fairer World. I do believe that inclusion for disabled people it is quite woeful at the moment in Australia, and I think that in our own small way, our own tiny way, we are doing something about it by going on this walk and proving that people with disabilities can actually do things.
How broad a mix of abilities are you including in this trip?
Well, myself and another Paul, we both got brain injuries, and we got Walter again from the lowest to highest ride, where he's got cystic fibrosis and only 38% lung function. I'll let Vonna tell you about her situation.
What's your story, Vonna?
I have metastatic colorectal cancer in my lungs. So I have stage 4. So 3 3 years ago, they gave me a year to live, and I'm proving them wrong.
Wow.
And I'm still out running 20K and just getting by, living with cancer. Yeah.
Will the support vehicle have a suitcase of drugs for you?
So what I've planned with my oncologist is that I won't take the chemotherapy while I'm on the trip because it makes you quite tired as well. So I'll have a break, which will actually be nice.
Right. That's one way to get a break.
Yeah.
Go and walk 230 kilometres
Yeah.
across the top of Australia.
Yeah.
For sure. Paul, have you reminded yourself what you're in for and gone back and rewatched your Lowest to Highest documentary?
No, I've not. But I must say that Vonna is also our medic and a registered nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
So I was a medic on their Lowest to Highest, and I've traveled around the world. So I've done guiding in the Himalayas, and also was one of the people on Great Trango, the first woman to summit Great Trango, and my medical skills have come in handy in all those areas. Yeah.
When you say your medical skills have come in handy, does that mean something has gone wrong on all of those? Is that just part of what happens on major adventures?
Sometimes you have to make decisions you don't want to make, like sending someone to the hospital when they think, no, I'll be okay. You got to make a decision.
Which did happen on Lowest to Highest on that trip, didn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I made a decision that didn't make everyone happy at the time, but afterwards they were like, you made the right call. And sometimes you have to make those hard calls.
And who will make them about you if required?
Yeah, so we've all decided this trip that we did our medical document and to say a phone number to making contacts, and they will make a call. I'll probably be able to make a call with them as well.
That's an interesting approach to take before a trip. Generally, is that something that's been part of projects you've guided in the past as well?
Yeah, culturally, when you're doing something really far out there, like we even do a will before we go to Antarctica because you don't know what's going to happen. So, and also climbing in the mountains, you do leave all this information for next of kin to contact and those sorts of things because I think it's really important that people don't have to stress out and they know exactly who to call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you hope people think about as they see your team taking on this massive adventure?
That you don't always listen to what people tell you. If someone tells you you're going to die, well, they're not God. At the end of the day, it's in here in your head and in your heart, and you strive, to make every day the best day that you can and still dream. Like, that's my biggest thing at the beginning. I used to not want to tell anyone I had cancer, and I stopped dreaming about the future because I thought I don't have one. But as time went on, I thought, hey, I should be dreaming because that's going to make me live. And it actually has to have those dreams. Yeah.
This is Paul Prechad and Vonna Keller on ABC Radio Hobart and ABC Northern Tasmania. They're two of the Larapinta Adaptive team. Oh, somebody's just texted saying, hey, Paul, I know that voice. Thoroughly enjoyed his conversations the other day on the radio. And you've been media darlings. You're on Conversations with Sally Sarah. You were just on the TV news last night. What has that meant for your fundraising towards the filmmaking?
Yeah, I think it's gone up several $1,000s since Conversations, and but if people want to still donate's the wrong word, but
contribute,
yes, you can do so if you want to by going to Possible with a Z and looking for Larapinta Adaptive.
What do you hope people think about as they see you all in action?
I just really want people, other people with disabilities to see us and so think that they're not alone and they can do stuff as well, and that really matters. That's inclusion.
had a really interesting conversation with a woman who's a professor in this space and is deaf herself and does a lot of work in ethics and science and around disability. She was talking about having that boldness to demand inclusion and not apologise for it and not feel like you can't ask to be accommodated in a workplace or in a social place. But do you feel like over the course of your life since your accident that you've had to cultivate an extra boldness?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and the number of times that I've heard of people actually covering up their disability to get a job, it's actually really way more common than what you would think.
I like it. Asking people to maybe assess their own expectations and lack thereof that they have for people with disability in the community. And in Tasmania, that's about a quarter of us.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. All the best with the project. How close are you to the goal now?
We got two and a half thousand more to raise.
Ooh, nearly there. Paul Prechad and Vonna Keller. Possible.com. You'll find Larapinta Adaptive. And how can people follow the trip as you go? Will you have a social media platform?
We got a blog, and on that blog there'll be a spot tracker where you could see exactly where we are at. Yes, so just search for Larapinta Adaptive.
That's going to do the job. ABC Radio Hobart and ABC Northern Tasmania.